Hello lovely people. I haven't been on YouTube for very long, so I thought I'd come on here and introduce myself. My name is Rebecca Burkessel and I'm a psychotherapist. I grew up in a little place called Lebons Bay, which was one of the bays on the east coast of the Banks Peninsula, which is the peninsula that sticks out on the east coast of the South Island of New Zealand. It was a really little place. We had maybe 30 kids going to the school when I was there. And I used to ride my pony to school along with some other kids. And there was even a pony paddock, so that was cool. I grew up on a farm that was almost completely self-sufficient. So we had massive big veggie gardens, fruit trees, we had chooks for eggs, we had cows for milking. I can remember milking the cows before school when I went to high school. We made our own butter, we made our own cheese, yogurt, ice cream. I remember fresh strawberries and ice cream in the summer. Absolutely fantastic. Lots of time spent outdoors, lots of hard work, weeding the garden, lots of chopping firewood, all those kind of things that you need to do when you are living more self-sufficiently. We had a coal range that heated our water and heated the house, and we did our cooking with it as well, so firewood was a big deal. We had to do a lot of keeping up with chopping the firewood. I learnt from that background about taking care of the environment that I lived in, so looking after the animals, the plants, and the attitude we had towards our environment was important, right? Like being in nature, remembering our own nature, learning how important that all was, how everything links together. Also quite a focus on how we see ourselves and how we talk about ourselves and others has a big impact on our lives and the sort of life that we create. So went through younger years having a really fantastic time, lots of outdoor time, lots of bare feet, climbing trees, digging huts, digging holes, out and about in the bush, damming the river, just having lots of outdoor time, riding our ponies down to the beach, swimming in them in the sea, galloping them along the beach. Lots of fun in the outdoors. Then I came into my teenage years and they were definitely not as fun for me. So I suffered with depression and anxiety quite badly, and that wasn't really spoken about back then, even at school actually. And no one ever recommended or suggested I go and talk to a therapist, which would have been really helpful for me back then, having someone to talk to about how I was feeling rather than trying to hide it and pretend that everything was okay. And that's one reason why I love working with younger people now. I love being that person for those people. So one of the ways that I tried to manage my feelings of low self-worth and low self-esteem was to drink alcohol. And I did that for quite a long time, trying to soothe myself. And along with that came lots of reckless behavior and getting myself into situations that were not very pleasant and didn't help the way I felt about myself. There was often stuff going on that caused shame. So ended up really feeling worse about myself because of the way that I was trying to soothe myself, which is classic behavior. Carried on through those years. One of my saving graces was that at around 14 I started running, probably to look after my weight, being a 14-year-old girl, and thinking that that would make people like me more. But whatever it was for, it really had a massive impact on keeping me steady. So even through the years of drinking and feeling pretty bad, I continued to run, and I really think that that had such a positive impact on me. Without that, I don't know how much worse it would have been actually. Being outdoors, feeling good in my body, feeling strong, feeling empowered during those times when I was running was really amazing. At 21, I trained as a massage therapist, and I actually did that for 20 years. So supported my daughter and I just with massage for a long time. I then trained as a medical herbalist, which is no surprise considering the way I was brought up. We would be treated with herbs and good nutrition before we were treated with medication. So the power of nutrition and herbal remedies was a really obvious thing to me from really early on. So I'm very grateful for that. I then went on and trained as a psychotherapist. So I don't really do the massage anymore. and I don't see clients for herbal medicine consultations, but I do still prescribe herbs to people for some things, for mental health, and definitely talk about diet and how the power of a good diet has such a huge impact. People really forget that how we eat impacts not just our body but our mind too, right? We forget that we are feeding our brains as well when we're eating well. So that's been fantastic as part of my psychotherapy practice. I've recently also had the first attunements in Reiki 1 and Reiki 2, so I've started offering sessions in that, and loving doing the body work again. I really miss having my hands on and doing hands-on work like I did with the massage, and it's a fantastic combination with psychotherapy as well. So Reiki works really well to calm the nervous system and help steady and calm the person down. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. I'm really interested in spirituality, so the Reiki is kind of the first part of that really. I do a lot of learning and practicing on my own, lots of practice being still and quiet, tuning into myself. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. So if you have found my channel and you have seen my other videos and you find them useful at all, please can you subscribe and like and help me get this channel working well, spreading around. It's my absolute intention to help people as widely as I possibly can. My business is called Restoring Balance, and I would like to help people restore balance worldwide. So help me out. Talk to you again soon.